renovation we did in Kimberly. Terry and Kelly contacted our kitchen tune-up team to make their kitchen dream come true. We not only elevated the look of their cabinetry, but we also added storage and functionality.
The kitchen tune-up team was excellent. We were amazed at the attention to detail and their communication.
We would highly recommend them.
We offer a variety of services to freshen up your space. For amazing results, call Kitchen Tune-Up today.
From welding to fabrication to industrial and electromechanics, all of Nicolet College's manufacturing programs are now under one roof, giving you better training, education, and technical expertise to help you land the career you want. Nicolet College, the future of manufacturing is here.
Straight ahead, a new trial has begun for a former Northwoods janitor. We'll explain why Stavros Iliopoulos is back in court.
Plus, snowmobile clubs are working on grooming trails in the area. We'll have a look at the challenges they're facing.
And a nonprofit is making sure students are fed during the holiday break. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. Jeff, the snow has been on and off throughout the day, and it looks like there's more to come.
Yeah, it's a busy travel week, of course, with the holiday coming our way. A snow tonight, a break in the action tomorrow, more snow Wednesday, and then potential blizzard across parts of Wisconsin on Thursday and Friday. More on that coming up. But first, let's go outside now at Park Falls, where the snow has arrived again. Light snow is falling across parts of really Price County back to Oneida County. This will all fill in tonight as all of us will have a 1 to 3 inch snowfall across our region this evening, courtesy of this system just now entering parts of western Wisconsin, moving this way very slowly at about 30 miles per hour. So a 1 to 3 inch snowfall tonight. Most models now leaning toward closer to 3 inches this evening. We'll get a break in the action through most of tomorrow, followed by another system getting in here on Wednesday. That one could easily give us another 1 to 3 inches Wednesday evening. And then the main event arrives. We'll be hearing a lot about this in the near future. It's still, of course, several days away, but it's a doozy. Already, winter storm watches are being posted for parts of Wisconsin. This doesn't happen very often this far out. So we're talking about a high-impact event Thursday night into Friday. Lots of you are traveling. We're talking about snow and wind. There could be a lot of snow and a lot of wind. There could be a blizzard across parts of Wisconsin late Thursday night into early parts of Friday. So lots of you are traveling. Get ready to buckle up for this one. You may want to change your travel plans if you're heading across parts of the Chicago area to Milwaukee on Thursday and Friday. So our forecast then tonight, though, is light snow showers out there, a couple of inches of new snow with low temperatures down near 13. Your full forecast coming up. Dan, Jessica.
A Northwoods janitor was convicted in 2019 of sexually assaulting a student, but this year a judge ordered a new trial citing ineffective counsel.
The new trial began today. Jury selection happened this morning. 7 jurors were dismissed in total. The defendant, Stavros Iliopoulos, was in the courtroom listening to a translation from English to Greek. During the opening statements, Assistant District Attorney Mary Sawinski argued that the evidence is clear. The first trial correctly convicted Iliopoulos.
She's forced into the janitor's closet at his command, at his physical insistence. He grabs her and pulls her in. He closes the door. He turns off the light. He pushes her up against the wall.
Iliopoulos' defense argued that much of the evidence comes from a little girl and her testimony isn't reliable.
And a single statement made by a child could grow into something more. It can snowball. And that is what happened in this case.
Judge Michael Bloom expects that a decision will be made by Wednesday in the case. The trial will resume tomorrow at 8:30 a.m.
A Price County woman was sentenced today for embezzling money from the Park Falls Chamber of Commerce and a food pantry. Lemmer is the former treasurer of the pantry and the chamber. Police documents show she approximately took $55,000 from the Lord's Cupboard pantry and $38,000 from the chamber. She will have to pay back that money as part of her sentence and received a year of conditional jail time as part of her probation.
The Merrill Historical Society has been able to digitize the paper copies of the longtime local newspaper spanning 3 decades. Archived Merrill photo newspapers from 1969 through 1999 will be made available online thanks to donations from the Nicklaus family. They will be available without a subscription or any fees. Also, copies of the Merrill Daily Heralds that covered some early years in the 1900s through 1978 will also be made available. However, many of these papers are not in very good condition, and the Historical Society will be looking for a major donor to cover these costs between $30,000 and $50,000. The papers will be made available through a link on merrillhistory.org starting December 31st.
Oneida County has seen more than a foot of snowfall this year, but it takes more than just snow to open the snowmobile trails. Eric Roddy with the County Forestry Department has been calling and emailing the local snowmobile clubs today. His goal is to open the trails when they're safe. Roddy says freezing rain plus snow has led to a lot of extra work for volunteers.
What it did was it really froze a lot of the trees and they started leaning in towards the trail now. So what is going on right now is a lot of the clubs throughout the county are basically trying to clear up the trail system.
There are 9 snowmobile clubs in Oneida County, and all of those rely on volunteers to clear and pack trails. Roddy does not know when the trails will open, but he's hoping it's soon.
All I can say right now is that the clubs are diligently working on the trails. They've been working on them since we got the big snowfall. They're working on them today, tomorrow, throughout the rest of the week. And as soon as I can get some good information back, we'll definitely let you and all the public know.
The 11 clubs from Vilas County will meet on December 21st to discuss the overall condition of the trails and possibly set an opening date. Iron and Ashland County snowmobile trails are open right now. The mission of Feed Our Rural Kids is to provide nutritional support from food insecure homes across Vilas and Oneida County.
One of their 5 support programs is Fork Cares, which reaches out to children to provide support during time off school. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi went to Eagle River to learn more about the program. Mohammed?
Well, Dan and Jessica, in a few days, many students will be home for the winter break. While many kids are excited for some free time, others will have trouble getting consistent meals. But that's where Fork Cares comes in. It fills a nutritional gap that some kids have while they're out of school.
Well, there's so many reasons children need nutritional support.
The Forks Care program is making sure students in the Northland Pines, 3 Lakes, and Phelps School District are getting that support by preparing over 1,000 meals to assist their needs this winter break.
You see, during the school year, children get breakfast and they get lunch. But during vacation periods, kids don't get that kind of support, and that's the purpose of Fork Cares.
With 120 bags full of food, Fork President Perry Polkram believes this can make a huge difference.
So this is just a small amount of help. We deliver a meal a day for when they're, or 2 meals a day for when they're gone. And so we're hopeful that, that they take advantage of that.
The program has been in action for 3 years. District Administrator Scott Foster believes Fork is an example of how much the community cares about kids.
We live in an amazing community that supports Fork and the schools. The key to Fork is that we really concentrate on getting meals to students or kids, and that's from birth on through 18. So it's really a great opportunity that our students in the Northwoods, that Fork came around to help support them in a time of need.
With winter break slowly approaching, families that need help will be sure to have a meal on the table for their students.
They need to eat, makes them more productive, and also takes a little burden off the stress of the home too when there's those meals. So it's a win-win for everybody.
For more information on how to sign up for Fork Cares, you can visit our website at wjfw.com. Dan?
Thanks, Mohammed. The House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol insurrection held its final public session today. We'll explain what they decided.
And a local group is helping homebound seniors. We'll have the details after Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mel's. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Find your red tag and get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There's a reason we're called People's State Bank and not the first bank of this or the big bank of that. It's because we share this community and the values that make it better and dream that our kids and yours will grow up happy. We know these roads as well as you do, and we're glad to travel them with you. When you think about it, it's really pretty simple. We're your kind of people. We just happen to be bankers. And that, more than anything, is what brings us together.
Like visions of sugar plums, find fishing poles, tip-ups, lures, and all of the gear the anglers on your list have ever dreamed of. Oh, what fun are the unique gifts and decor items you can find in town. And without a doubt, everything imaginable for dashing through the snow can be found here. Happy holidays from all of us in St. Germain. Thank you for shopping local.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mills. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mills Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
All right, seatbelts on. You and I have some things to go through this week in terms of weather. First off, some light snow out there tonight. Looks like a 1 to 3 inch snowfall across pretty much the entire area this evening. Here's a live look now at Park Falls. The roads are now snow covered there, and that's basically what's coming for the entire region tonight. In fact, here's the radar. All of this is moving that way at about 35 miles per hour. Nothing really heavy in here, but notice the banding features, the darker blue colors. That's some forcing in the atmosphere. You get under one of those for an hour, you could easily get a quick inch of snow. This looks like a 1 to 3 inch snowfall tonight into early parts of tomorrow morning. Visibility is reduced already, so here we go again with that light to moderate snow across our region tonight. Then we get a break in the action tomorrow, but there's more where that came from. So here's our snowfall forecast for this evening. This goes through about 11 o'clock tomorrow evening, so a 1 to 3 inch snowfall is on the way tonight into tomorrow morning. The models are now trending closer to the 3 inches for us this evening, and then we'll get a break for several hours tomorrow night. But then round 2 arrives. Round 2 is just coming onshore now into the Seattle area. That is going to catch the jet stream and move over our direction, and that's going to bring us round 2, not tomorrow night, but getting in here on Wednesday. So tomorrow night looking pretty good. Wednesday, the next round of snow gets in here, and it could be heavy like it is out there tonight, if not a little bit heavier. So again, a break in the action through much of tomorrow. We'll have increasing clouds on Wednesday morning. Here comes round 2. This is for Wednesday evening. That could easily give us again another 1 to 3 inch snowfall, and maybe for a couple of you a 2 to 4 inch snowfall on Wednesday evening. So together it looks like this. This is through 10 a.m. on Thursday, a 6, 7, 8 inch snowfall across much of the area through 10 a.m. on Thursday. That's not the main event. The main event gets in here later on Thursday and Friday with a really powerful system that's going to work somewhere across the Midwest, likely taking a track like this across parts of northern Illinois into lower parts of Michigan. On that track, the heavy snow will likely fall just south of the Northwoods, but still, it's going to be just close enough, and it's going to have an incredible amount of energy with it, meaning in the atmosphere, things are turning. That creates wind energy. We could see wind gusts later Thursday into Friday of 50 to 60 miles per hour with heavy snow falling, blowing and drifting the snow into huge drifts across our region. And not just for us, across the entire Great Lakes and the Midwest. This is going to be a travel disrupting snowfall exactly when we don't need it to be, right? So here we are for tonight. System 1 comes through this evening. That gets out of here quickly by tomorrow. Tomorrow's a nice day. Increasing clouds Wednesday. Here's Wednesday evening, 10 o'clock or so. Light to moderate snow falling, and then that gets out of here. And then here comes the main event on Thursday morning into Thursday evening. That will linger into parts of Friday. And then behind this system, the lake effect machine kicks in, and that could be an incredible amount of lake effect snow. Go-Gibbick Range, Ontonagon area. Could see feet of lake effect snow up that direction. We're talking later Thursday into Friday and Saturday before the whole thing gets out of here. So already we have winter storm watches being posted for later on this week, most likely late Wednesday, into Thursday and Friday. These will likely be expanded in some capacity tomorrow, but we have quite a weather week on the way. And I know lots of you have travel plans, and it's going to be impacting those plans severely later on this week. Okay, our snowpack right now, we're at 10 inches in Rhinelander, 9 in Wausau, 24 Duluth. We could easily double this week and adding some wind in there as well. So here we go. Lots of you are traveling. If you have travel plans Thursday into Friday, you may want to reconsider those. This is one of those kind of events that will likely close airports like Chicago, like Milwaukee, maybe Madison. So get your travel plans fixed now, because getting around later Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday is not going to be fun around here at all with this system on the way. The other side of the story, temperatures, right? It's much colder. The snow is going to be the light, fluffy snow with temperatures in the teens out there right now. In fact, it's not going to get much warmer anytime soon. 15 for a high tomorrow, 8 Wednesday, 16 Thursday, 12 Friday. So the snow that falls on Thursday into Friday is going to be light, fluffy, easy to move around, creating whiteout conditions. That could be blizzard conditions across the Great Lakes. That could easily be affecting large parts of Wisconsin. Our forecast ends tonight, though, is light snow and flurries out there, a 1 to 3 inch snowfall, likely closer to 3 inches tonight, with a low temperature down near 13. For tomorrow, okay, so partly cloudy, a couple of flurries out there, falling temperatures this time tomorrow, likely back in the single digits with feel like temperatures below zero after a high of 15. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow's a quiet day. Increasing clouds Wednesday with snow developing in the afternoon. That snow could be heavy Wednesday evening. And then the big event gets going Thursday into Friday into Saturday. Heavy snow and wind. Blizzard conditions across parts of Wisconsin with temperatures falling over the weekend to highs back in the single digits. Dan and Jessica.
The Congressional Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol insurrection held its final public hearing today. The committee voted to refer former President Trump to the Justice Department on multiple criminal charges for his role in the attack. The vote was unanimous. The charges are for obstructing an official proceeding, defrauding the U.S., making false statements, and giving aid to an insurrection. The holiday season is often a time of year to think about those in need.
The ADRC's Lakeland Area Meals on Wheels program is helping those who are homebound. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver joins us in studio with more. Matt?
Well, that's right, Dan and Jessica. This program completely depends on volunteers to keep their operation moving. Monday through Friday, they are up 9 a.m. sharp to get going. The group receives their food from Lynn Catering in Rhinelander. They bag it up, and by 9:30, they are on the road, delivering this food to the homebound in their backyard. Herbert Hackworthy runs the operation in Woodruff.
If they weren't part of this whole thing would not happen. Not only for me, but for any other site, anything for ARDC. We really depend on the volunteers.
The Lakeland program is one of many in the Northwoods. Hackworthy says there's always someone willing to help.
Every meal from when it comes out of Rhinelander, it's appreciated, it's made with love, it's packed with love through our volunteers and delivered with love through our volunteers.
The meal runs for Monday through Friday and runs 4 routes in the Lakeland area, serving a total of 96 people. If you're looking to volunteer or be added to the route, you can visit our website at wjfw.com for more.
Thank you, Matt. The Green Bay Packers are hoping to continue to turn around their season.
And the community is coming together to make a Wisconsin girl's final birthday memorable. We'll have the details after the break.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
Big celebrities, one massive wheel.
Is it spin on trivia?
And huge money.
I'm so excited! Christina, you're not going to win the money.
The Wheel 2-week event starts tonight on NBC.
What's your name, please?
My name is Archie Williams.
I'm Christina Ray.
My name is Terry Fader.
Competition like this brings out the best in people. And this was you at your very, very best.
Are you suffering from painful bunions or hammer toes? The Family Foot and Ankle Clinic staff can treat your issues conservatively or with state-of-the-art surgical techniques. We are highly trained in the latest treatments and procedures to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. Most surgical intervention is done on an outpatient basis. So don't wait. See how Family Foot and Ankle Clinic can help make your life enjoyable again. Call our office today to schedule your visit at any of our convenient locations.
Journey to North Star Mohican Casino Resort, where winning, excitement, and entertainment unite. This December, 'tis the season to win your share of over $325,000 in cash and prizes, including your chance to win up to $40,000 with our Cashing Through the Snow promotion December 9th and 23rd. Receive 1 entry for every 25 points earned bi-weekly in December. Earn 3 times entries on Fridays. Come to where the stars align at North Star Mohican Casino Resort in Bowler, Wisconsin.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Welcome back. The Packers season is not going as planned.
Not at all. After 3 straight years of 13 wins, Green Bay is now 5-8 this season. They're hoping to crawl back to 500, starting with a win tonight at home. Serenity Douglas joins us from Green Bay, where it's about 15 degrees out. Serenity?
That's right, Dan and Jessica. It is very frigid out here, especially for this Georgian. But I'm live outside of Lambeau Field ready for the matchup today. You know, for some good old Monday night football. Although each team's season did not go how they wanted it to go, that's all right because they have highs currently. The Packers recently became the most winningest team in NFL history 2 weeks ago against the Bears, while the Rams essentially Amazon primed a quarterback who secured them a 16-17 win over the Raiders. Let's dissect that a little bit. The 4-9 LA Rams have already had their worst season during the Sean McVay era. Their losing season since 2016. However, a Baker Mayfield package was dropped off on their doorstep with less than 48 hours to prepare. While their Packers have had a lackluster season with many injuries throughout the year, including quarterback Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver Romeo Doubs, and offensive tackle David Bakhtiari. But all in all, both teams are coming off of a win and a bye week, so this will be an interesting matchup. I'm live at Lambeau Field. Serenity Douglas, News Watch 12.
Stay warm, Serenity. Thanks. The Packers have released wide receiver Sammy Watkins in other Packers news ahead of tonight's game. Watkins joined the Packers ahead of the 2022 season with hopes of providing veteran leadership in a young wide receiver room. Watkins hasn't caught a single pass in the last 3 games. He will end his stint in Green Bay with 206 yards and 13 receptions in 9 games. As Serenity mentioned, rookie receiver Romeo Doubs is expected to return tonight to the Packers sideline. A special birthday celebration was held for a 5-year-old girl from Wisconsin dealing with terminal cancer.
Neighbors and friends in Pewaukee came together Friday to show their love for Delaney Krings. Kendall Keys has more.
It's amazing, and there's so many great people out there doing so much for us. You're really happy to see it, but you wish it wasn't your kid.
A parade of hundreds for one special 5-year-old on her special day.
It's her last one. It's hers.
Delaney Kring's last birthday. In October, a trip to the ER for an ear infection would become the moment doctors told Delaney's parents she had just weeks to live. It was brain cancer, and it was terminal. Crushing news for a little girl so full of life.
Brain cancer is terrible because if you look at a person as a puzzle, as a jigsaw puzzle, brain cancer is that one thing that takes one piece away every day, and sometimes it's really sneaky or sometimes it's really obvious, but it's unfortunately a pretty steady decline.
Delaney's mom says she's a daddy's girl. So from the window in Pewaukee, in her father's arms, Delaney could lift an eyelid with her finger to see the outpouring of love organized by a stranger.
So you didn't even know Delaney before this? This is something you had to do?
Yep, this is just something we had to do.
One little girl with the power to touch the lives of many. Sharon Tomlinson asked for birthday cards for Delaney, and from around the world, 15,000 came pouring in.
Delaney's not going to be around for much longer, so having everybody come together
to make this the best event possible and hopefully put a smile not just on her face, but the family's face.
She'll smile the right side of her face.
While Delaney watches the parade, her parents watch an invisible clock, cherishing every second they have.
Hopefully Christmas she'll make it.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
How many times have you searched the same thing? What to make for dinner, kid-friendly meals, easy party food. Stop searching and look no further than the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with new recipes every day on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. The Test Kitchen has you covered for every meal, snack, and craving. Now, how many ways can you say, ooh, it's so good? Mr. Food Test Kitchen, brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio and Golden Carrot Jewelers. Planning an exciting outdoor excursion? You need the app from the weather team you can rely on. The WJFW Weather Watch app, featuring hourly and daily forecasts, high-resolution imagery, and opt-in push alerts to let you know when severe weather approaches. With all these features, you'll know the best days to cast a line or when it will be perfect to explore the wilderness. The WJFW Weather Watch app is available in your app store now. Weather Watch 12, from where you live.
Here, there are no limits to your potential, to your options, to our reach. It's all limitless. For added flexibility, for more affordability, for increased employability. Because by removing limits, your future becomes limitless.
I'm Joe Cook. I'm the lead over Mid-Bay. I've been with Merrill Steel for 6.5 years. What I'm looking for in new employees is motivation, be proactive. If you want to learn something here, you'll move up quick. We have great benefits. We have a flex schedule. I can't think of another place that you can work where you get to set your own hours. You get to work on some really awesome stuff, things that other places around here would never touch. We're building America.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Yes, it does.
What do you... Let me finish. Skiing with my dad, Monaco Winter Park. The conditions were beautiful. I feel so blessed to be skiing so early in the winter. Oh, it's funny they cut it there because I accidentally dropped my phone when I hit that tree.
It looks so nice, though.
I know. It was so awesome. Thank you, everyone at Monaco Winter Park, for making such incredible trails and grooming them. So.
Cross-country skiing, not my favorite sport. But okay, here we go. Outside now, we're going to add snow to the trails tonight. A widespread 1 to 3 inch snowfall is on the way. This will down to less than a mile across western Wisconsin. That's all going to swing through here tonight. So, snow tonight.